So sir, please can you introduce yourself? I don't want to misname you at this current stage in your life.
Okay, Ilelaboye Ayodeji is dry.
It's just that. There's
Yes, just
no
that.
suffix, there's no prefix. Nothing.
Okay, maybe Dr. Ilelaboye Ayodeji is dry.
Wow.
Just maybe.
Dr. DJ of Lautech. It's nice to have you with us today.
Okay, first of all, it's a privilege to be here. I've always wanted to feature on this channel, but thank God for this opportunity. Yeah, so medical school, I did say it was tough, rough,
Yeah, yeah.
but also fun and some sense of it. It was challenging. It was filled with ups and downs, times where you are sure of yourself, when you are confident, and then times where you feel like you can't do it, like probably you were not made for this and all that. But all in all, we are here today. Favorite thing about medical school
From
is
111 days here, what was the favorite?
okay, probably the fact that you get to learn about the human body. It's so amazing what God has done with the human body, like the science behind the human body, like it's so intriguing. I find it fascinating, in all honesty, like getting to know about the human body, the chemicals, the enzymes, all that. It's very interesting. Okay, the most challenging part of medical school, I would say, would be having to read because it's not reading is not one of my favorite hobbies. Like I don't know who likes reading, sharp, but for me, it's not my hobby. And there's this saying that goes around that okay, before medical school, you used to shout that reading was your hobby. You discover when you enter medical school that oh, it's not your hobby. You were probably infatuated, and I think that's one of the most challenging part. The fact that you have to read and you forget, you have to read again. I mean, it's so traumatic at times. Like many times when you read and you think you know it, or your friend just comes maybe an hour or 2 hours later and ask you a question, and you probably be like, okay, have I read that thing before? Like it's looking like you probably the person now shows you inside the book, like and you
Same
discover, and the funny part is that you probably discover that you probably have underlined or highlighted and just, oh my God, it's so so traumatic. Okay, I was privileged to have distinction in medicine, surgery, obstetrics and gynecology, and pathology.
Those are
Yes.
four hot. Because which one would you say was the hardest to get? Or no, no,
I,
don't even like which exam do you think was the hardest? Out of all the four that you had distinction in, which exam do you think was the hardest?
I'd say internal medicine.
Mm.
And actually, I was not expecting to have distinction in internal medicine. But also, I just got to know after the whole exam that in the history of the whole school that there has never been any distinction in internal medicine. That's so surprising.
Wow. So basically, let's spell it out. You are the first person in Lautech Medical School history to have a distinction
I heard
in
that.
internal medicine. You heard it. Sir.
I heard that. One of my friends told me that.
Wow. Wow.
Okay, I think the first thing about studying, like in any course when it comes to studying, is that you first of all have to be mentally ready for the for studying, and that mental readiness comes with getting information about the course, like what it entails, what are the things you should expect, what are the challenges with studying the course. Like say if I want to study, if I want to read lower limb, for example, now I'm probably not the first person that will be studying lower limb, so I'll first of all find out from people that have gone ahead of me that okay, what are the things I should focus on, what are the things I should do, what are the expected challenges, you understand? Then having gotten all that and any advice they have for me, I then get into the whole process of studying. Yeah. There's no shortcut to anywhere what's going here. We know that, and that means that if you want to do well in any course, you have to put in the work, you have to put in the time, and it's definitely not going to be easy, especially in this age that there are a lot of distractions here. So, and also I've also been distracted in a lot of ways before, so I understand what it means in this age and generation to read. So there is no shortcut to it. You just have to put in the time. And also another important thing is that not being discouraged, because it's going to be discouraging at times, and basically the discouragement comes from either yourself, or from, it can either be internal or external, probably from the fact that you're struggling to grab the concept, you don't understand the concept, or from the fact that probably you have some financial challenges, because all these culminates together into how much information we're able to retain. You understand that, for example, someone that has not eaten, it can be a source of discouragement and all that. So we have to deal with discouragement. Don't allow it to get to you. Like if for example you're struggling to get a concept. Personally, I usually there's this cheat code I use. Like anytime I'm struggling with the concept, I assume, you understand? It might be an erroneous assumption, but I assume that I'm not the only one that is struggling with it. So it's not like I'm special in any way, or it's not like I'm dull or anything like that. It's just normal. Having settled all that in my mind, I know that okay, I just have to put in the time that I'll get it later on. So
Yeah, okay.
that's just it. Like it's as simple as that. Like there's nothing like I don't know. Like do you expect me to say like okay, maybe I drink something and it makes the whole
Anything, but if you tell us that there's a particular brand
of water or
of
something?
water that you drink, I'm telling you, that place will sell out tomorrow.
Okay, there's nothing like that. I wish there was something like someone could use and it would make the whole taste better. Like, but there's no shortcuts. But all in all, it's just about putting in the work and God's grace. Okay, honestly, no. I did not plan on having a distinction, like, because at some point I was discouraged. Like back then in preclinicals, like I put in the work, but I was vying for distinction, but I was not given. So I just kind of thought that okay, maybe all these things are not really necessary. Maybe everyone is just the goal. We just have to. But I just have I always have these at the back of my mind. I don't want to be a doctor that is I don't want to be a mediocre. You understand, in medicine. I want to be the best at whatever I find myself doing. And I don't want to be a doctor that will stand beside any other doctor from any part of the world and feel less of himself. Like I want to be able to stand shoulder to shoulder with anybody that is from any part of the world, either you studied in Harvard or Cambridge or anywhere. So that pushes me a lot, and that kind of makes me want to understand what I'm reading. So I'm not usually focused on passing. You understand? I don't focus too much on passing. I first focus on understanding the concept, what I'm reading. So the most frustrating part of any course, of studying any course for me, is when I don't understand. And I start, even if I do the exam and I score 90, I'm still not fulfilled because I feel like I don't understand. And how do I know that I understand the concept? I know that I understand the concept if I can teach someone that does not understand it at all, and the person will grab the concept.
So, and not to cut you off, but is that
Yes.
something that you do frequently? Is like teaching other people a part of the stuff you do a lot?
Okay. Yes, I teach people that comes to meet me for like if they're having any difficulty with any course. But mentally, I do that more mentally. Like I envision myself teaching someone, like explaining to the person. Number one is more mental. Like I when I understand the concept, when I want to know whether I understand the concept, mentally I see myself teaching, like okay, explaining why this is this, why this is this, and all that. I just, I just, I just tell myself to you just have to put in the work. You just have to be hardworking. You just have to know what you want and go after it. You have to know what you want, like, because ultimately it all boils down to the fact that okay, do I want this thing, and if I truly want it, and I must have my motivations right. You understand? Because many times he many times the motivations are wrong. You understand? Mm-hmm. So getting the motivations right and knowing what you want and going after it.
What would you say is the right motivation to have for someone that wants to push for?
Okay, I just I want to be able to help anybody that comes my way. I want to be able to get diagnosis right. I want to be able to just from talking with a patient know what is wrong. I don't want to, our teachers used to tell us that if you're a bad doctor, your family members will be the first victim. Yeah. So that kind of haunts me a lot. Like I don't want to be that kind of doctor that is not able to save patients that are savable, because obviously there are patients that you cannot save, like no matter how much you know. But I don't want to be the cause of the death of anybody. Yeah. Okay, I'd say my friends.
Any special shout out?
Yes, I like to share special shout out to my discussion members, Roke, Itunu, Tosin, James. Like you guys are the best. Like all this wouldn't have been possible without you guys.
So is that also a thing you encourage people to do?
Yes, I'm a strong believer in group discussion, like discussing with people, like, and that's not just a thing for medical school. Like even any exams I find myself doing, I try as much as possible to discuss with other people. Like, okay, because one, it helps me to know whether what I know is in line with what I should know. For example, you probably know that there are knowledge that you probably don't need for a particular exam, you get. So it helps me to know what I should know, you understand, and also I find solace in my group discussion. For example, if I'm having challenges getting a concept, by the time I go to my discussion members and probably say, okay, if someone can say, okay, I have challenges also. Oh, I feel like, okay, I'm not the only one. Okay, I'm not that bad. I'm not bad after all. Okay, yeah, something like that. Then also maybe some of them might understand and pull me through. So whichever way, even if they don't know it, I find solace in that. Like I feel okay, I feel relaxed. But if they know it too, they are able to put me through. So that works in that way. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say that getting a distinction is not the ultimate thing in medical school. Like someone can get a distinction and still be a failure in the true sense of it. So getting a distinction is not a true definition of success or not. So because it's not about getting distinctions. We have people that have gotten distinctions and are still failures in life, and they are not doing well in their career. So I need to point that out because I feel like the shout about getting a distinction is too much and is kind of overrated in my own opinion. Yeah, we should be more focused on becoming good doctors, having an excellent career, which especially in medicine. Medicine is not just all about the stuff, you understand? The part of the empathy part, the part where you're able to relate well with patients and make them feel more comfortable is as important and as being stuffy. So I would say that we should be holistic in our studying, in an approach to medicine. So having said all that, I'll say that for anybody that wants to have a distinction or anything like that, something that has to do with that, you just have to read and trust God, and also pray for that you are lucky, because there's an element of luck in all these exams here. It's not about the person that can read the most. It's not the person that is most stuffy. Sometimes it's just you are just lucky to probably flip through a material, and the whole question is from that material. You're probably just lucky that when they are marking your scripts, some way somehow they shall give you one good mark. And so many times there are things that are beyond our control, which one of it our scores is sometimes beyond our control, you understand? But what you know is what you know. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I'm so glad to be here, and I hope that this will not be the last time I'll be on this channel. Thank you very much.
Alright. Remember, you can be.
You can.
But you don't know what our video.
Oh no! No, you can be a doctor and